Hello my dear students, in the previous class we discussed about distance time graph and velocity time graph for uniform and non-uniform motion. Today we will discuss about equations of motion by graphical method. Here we have three equations of motion. First one is v equal to u plus at. This is called velocity time relation. Second one is s equal to ut plus half at square. This is called position time relation. Third one is v square minus u square equal to 2as. This is called position velocity relation. If you observe the terms here, u is the initial velocity, v is the final velocity, s is either distance or displacement, and a is the acceleration, t is the time. Now you have doubt that why we are calling the first equation as velocity time relation. If you observe the equation, there is no s term. The equation is in terms of velocity and time only. And in second equation, we have position and time relation. Here there is no v term. That is why we will call position time relation. And in third equation, there is no time. There is no t term. That is why we will call this as position velocity relation. Now we will derive these equations of motion by graphical method. Before going that, one important note that in this chapter we are studying the object moving in a straight line, means linear motion. In linear motion we will consider distance displacement represented by s, and we are taken both are same. Velocity and speed represented by v, and both we are taking same. Before going to start, here we have 2 points here. The slope of velocity time graph gives acceleration. Area covered under velocity time graph gives distance travelled. With these 2 points, we will derive the equations of motion one by one. Now we will derive the first equation of motion, that is velocity time relation. If you observe the graph, time is taken on x-axis, velocity is taken on y-axis. Body is starting with some initial velocity u, that is OA equal to u. Its final velocity is v, that is at b. Slope of graph is AB. You know that slope of velocity time graph gives acceleration. So the formula of acceleration equal to change in velocity upon time taken. From point B, draw two perpendiculars on x-axis and y-axis. On x-axis it is at C, and on y-axis is at E. To find the slope, AB equal to BD upon AD. Why BD upon AD? Because acceleration equal to change in velocity upon time taken. BD is nothing but change in velocity upon time taken is nothing but AD. To find BD, here we have BC equal to BD plus CD. From that BD equal to BC minus CD. Now substitute in the formula BC minus CD upon AD. Here BC is nothing but V, CD is nothing but U. So V minus U upon T. So after cross multiplication, AT equal to V minus U. From that we will get V equal to U plus AT. Now we will see the second relation, position time relation, means S equal to UT plus half AT square. Here S represent distance travelled. So we have to calculate the distance travelled by the body. For this, the area under this graph gives the distance travelled by the body, means area of OABC. Area of OABC is equal to here area of rectangle AOCD plus area of triangle ADB. We have to find both the areas and then add. Then we will get the distance travelled by the body. Area of rectangle is length into breadth. So OC into OA plus area of triangle is half base into height. Half base is AD into height is BD. And you know that BD means BC minus CD. Now you substitute BC minus CD. So area of OABC means S equal to OC means T into OA means U plus half AD means T into V minus U. From the first relation, V minus U is nothing but AT. Now substitute AT in place of V minus U. After substituting, we will get S equal to UT plus half AT square. This is the position time relation. Now we will derive the third relation, position velocity relation. Here we will calculate area under the slope. If this gives the distance travelled by the body, means area of OABC. If you observe, OABC is a trapezium. Area of trapezium formula is half into sum of parallel sides into altitude. So, half into parallel sides are BC plus OA into its altitude is OC. Area of trapezium OABC equal to half into BC plus OA into OC. Area of trapezium is nothing but distance travelled by the body. So, S equal to half into BC is nothing but final velocity V plus OA is nothing but initial velocity U into OC is nothing but time t. From the first equation of motion we have t equal to V minus U upon A. Now substitute t value here. Then S equal to half into V plus U into V minus U upon A. We have A plus B into A minus B is nothing but A square minus B square. Similarly, V plus U into V minus U equal to V square minus U square. After cross multiplication, we will get V square minus U square equal to 2AS. In this way, we can derive position velocity relation. All of you practice these derivations. Now we will see the in-text questions of page number 109 and 110. First one is, a bus is starting from rest, moves with a uniform acceleration 0.1 meter per second square for 2 minutes. Find speed acquired and the distance travelled. If in numerical bus any body is starting from rest, we must take initial velocity 0 because its initial velocity is 0. It is starting from rest means initial velocity 0 and acceleration given as 0.1 meter per second square and time given as 2 minutes. This 2 minutes convert into seconds, that equal to 120 seconds. To find the speed, we will take first equation of motion V equal to U plus AT. U value 0 and A value is 0.1 into 120. So, we will get 12 meter per second. To find the distance travelled, we will take second equation of motion S equal to UT plus half AT square. So, 0 plus half 0.1 into 120 square. After calculation, we will get 720 meters. Now, second one is, a train is travelling at a speed of 90 km per hour. Brakes are applied so as to produce a uniform acceleration of minus 0.5 meter per second square. Find how far the train will go before it brought to rest. So, here it brought to rest means what? Its final velocity 0. In the previous question we have starting from rest. If it is starting from rest, initial velocity 0. Brought to rest means final velocity 0. And initial velocity or speed given as 90 km per hour. This kilometer per hour convert into meter per second. So, 90 into 1000 upon 3600. So, we will get 25 meter per second. And acceleration given as minus 0.5 meter per second square. Final speed is 0 and distance travelled we have to find. For this, here there is no time value. That is why we will take the third equation of motion. V square minus U square equal to 2AS. From that we will get S value as 25 square, that equal to 625 meters. Third one, a trolley while going down an inclined plane has an acceleration of 2 cm per second square. What will be its velocity 3 seconds after the rest? So, here also trolley is starting from rest. So, initial speed equal to 0 and acceleration given as 2 cm per second square and time given as 3 seconds. So, we will take first equation of motion here because we have to find the velocity. So, V equal to U plus AT, from that 0 plus A value 2 into 3, that equal to 6 centimeter per second. Next one, a racing car has a uniform acceleration of 4 meter per second square. What distance will it cover in 10 seconds after start? Here also initial speed U equal to 0 and acceleration given as 4 meter per second square, time given as 10 seconds. To find the distance travelled, here we will take second relation S equal to UT plus half AT square. So, 0 plus half 4 into 10 square. So, after calculation we will get 200 meters. Now, we will see fifth one. A stone is thrown in a vertically upward direction with a velocity 5 meter per second. If the acceleration of stone during its motion is 10 meter per second square in the downward direction, what will be the height attained by the stone and how much time will it take to reach there? So here we have to find height of the stone and time taken to reach the height. Given data is initial speed u equal to 5 meter per second. Final speed equal to 0. Why it is 0? Because stone is travelling vertically upward direction. It reaches some height and then it is at rest. So final speed becomes 0. And acceleration given as 10 meter per second square. We have to find time and height. First of all, we will find height. For that, I am taking third equation of motion, v square minus u square equal to 2as. After substituting the values, we will get h equal to 1.25 meters. So we got height attained by the stone equal to 1.25 meters. Now we have to find time taken to reach the height. For this, we are taking first equation of motion, v equal to u plus at. So v value 0, u value is 5 minus 10t. So from that we will get time equal to 0.5 seconds. All of you note down these question answers in your physics copy, and today's all the 3 derivations practice it properly. We will meet in next class. Thank you.